In the 16th century, the mystic John Dee wrote the Siglum Amen, a book of musical chants that were meant to summon angels, but brought forth demons instead. Fearing the unholy power of his dark songs, Dee tried to destroy the book, but failed. Sought by sorcerers and dark rulers for centuries, the book had been lost. Until now.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 166, and today we are talking about the Knights of Badassdom. I am Shawn Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, plays Doom Metal Jemison.
You just summoned a succubus from hell.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Would that be Andrew, or would that be... I'm confused.
Is that, did I do that when I Google?
No, I think you were doing that when you were vomiting.
Oh, well, there was that. Yeah.
Oh.
I think that would be called a succubus.
Oh, yeah. Succubus.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
Nice.
I was very succubus. Sorry. Oh, hold on. This one is multimedia. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Oh.
Corny. Stupid book. Logan.
Hey, again, just more proof that books ruin the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing good ever came from a book. Actually, that's not true at all. And
Lots of good stuff.
no, you're right. And Sam could draw a better map than those guys' Vector.
Absolutely.
You know, they had cell phones. GPS would have been just as easy, I think.
No, you can't have cell phones. They're not period. That would be breaking the game.
Not peer appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called period. I think it's called monthlies.
Oh. Sorry, I got to be more politically correct. Yeah, it would not be appropriate.
Got a point.
Got to be still in game. Anyway, yeah, so this is that. Whatever I just said. 2013 Knights of Badassdom. I'm not sure how it got on our list. Never heard of it before.
I blame Sam.
Yeah, I think I put this on the list because I saw Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, and this is
Okay, that's fair.
And this is the middle of Game of Thrones Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they cast him.
Yeah.
And they also got your Ryan Quantine, who's your hero, who is also from the True Blood. So we got a little occult there, and then of course you get Summer Glau from your Terminator and your Firefly and other things.
What Terminator first? I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figured more people would know her from the Terminator show than from...
As much as you said Firefly on this show, I don't think so.
Well, maybe not. You're right. And of course, Steve Zahn from Saving Silverman and Sahara. And he's just great. So, you know, he's the guy who got Matthew McConaughey some coffee and a receipt. It was good. So, Andrew, if you would be so kind, sir, as to tell us what in the hell did we just watch?
All right. Well, a live-action role player, or a LARP, which is the cool way to say it.
Yep.
They conjure up a demon from hell by mistake, and they must deal with the consequences.
But do they?
That's one synopsis.
Do they?
Do you have another one?
Do they?
Yeah. This one's better.
Okay.
I'll read this. A synopsis for this movie has not been written yet. Please contribute by clicking here.
What?
I like that one better.
Oh, okay. That's almost as informative.
That's actually even more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, this movie, had anyone seen this thing before? I have to ask.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Um,
I don't know. I don't know if, well, yeah.
Okay. He, the director of this fine film, Joe Lynch, this is what he does, right? He does movies like Wrong Turn 2, Dead End, and Everly, whatever that is, and Mayhem, and an episode of something called Saber. So, anyway, so we'll do our intros as we are often wont to do, and I will.
Go puke?
No. Okay. So for listening at home, I have been. We'll just call it the stomach flu for the last several days, and have been basically dying. So
The Exorcist.
yeah, basically that scene from The Exorcist. Yeah. So we're not going to talk about it anymore unless something actually happens in the show,
And then we'll make fun of you.
and then you'll make fun of me.
The power
Which,
of Christ compels you.
which
The
I
power of Christ compels you.
probably deserve. Anyway, so Andrew, please regale us
Yes.
with the tale of your experiences viewing it.
Yes. Well, this film was quite a piece of shite. And I enjoyed it no more. And never again. No, it really was awful. And every moment of it, I was forcing myself to watch it. Steve Zahn, I thought, okay, if anybody can save this movie, it's him. And boy, did he fail. Peter Dinklage, I thought, okay, possibly, but no, nothing. There was not one redeeming quality.
Oh, that's not
about
true
this
at all.
movie.
Well, that's not true. I think
For me,
there's. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic.
there might have been one or two moments where I laughed.
Yeah, and they're gonna all be the clips that I play because other than that, it's not very funny.
But even those moments weren't enough to save the movie for me.
Oh, yeah.
It was, for me, I, as a teacher of the arts, I happen to have a lot of students that are of the same mind frame of this movie. And I see this on a regular basis. And those students are much more enjoyable to watch than what I saw here. I don't know. I have never been one that has been a fantasy role play type person. I don't go to Renaissance fairs or Comic-Con or anything like that. I don't really get into that, but this takes it to a whole new level. And I assume stuff like this actually happens in real life.
The succubus part?
No, the
you mean the Renaissance fair kind of things?
Yeah.
Renaissance.
and
My last girlfriend.
but
her name was Renee.
it just wasn't the least bit enjoyable to me.
LARP is a thing.
No, it's definitely a thing.
Oh, yeah. We all know somebody who LARPs, believe it or not.
Really?
Really?
Not me, but I know
Also,
I know a Rotah brother that does it.
Really?
oh,
That you would be extremely surprised
Yeah.
at does it. That does it.
Like this kind of thing?
Yes.
do we
Alright.
call him Scout? Is that
We need
No.
we need to discuss.
It is somebody you probably would not make fun of in that way.
We need to discuss off air. I wouldn't make
Yeah,
fun
we
of
will.
it. I actually wouldn't make fun of anyone that does this. I mean, shit, we do a podcast. We're not exactly
yeah.
rock stars. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
I'm not
LARP.
making fun of anybody for this. I
Yeah,
just
do the
didn't
thing
know
you want
that
to
it
do.
actually existed.
No, I mean, honestly, this isn't that much different than people who do like Civil War battle reenactments.
right? Those
and-
guys are cool.
and-
Shut your face.
And we have friends who do that. I know friends who are, again, fraternity brothers that do that on a regular basis. So, yeah, no, again, hey, do your thing. I'm not, no judgment here. So, I'm going to make fun of the people in this movie because they're making fun of a trope, I think, of that type of person. And the guy who was the game master just cracked me up. Of course, he's our psych connection, Corny.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm sorry, Andrew. Were you done?
I was done. I was just explaining how much I disliked everything.
Okay. Sorry, I jumped in on you. Corny, what do you think, sir?
I'm
Yes.
For the last couple of weeks, I've been agreeing with Andrew on a lot of things, and I am almost again going to do that. I thought that Steve Zahn would have made this a much better movie, and that didn't happen. And it was like he didn't get to be the character that we're familiar with.
Right.
And then,
hey, how are you?
I will say we did have Peter Dinklage was the only, one of the two only bright spots of this movie for me. Only because he, spoiler alert, was resurrected and proceeded to.
Oh yeah, I shooted,
Screenshot.
Screenshotted, I think.
Screenshotted that thing, and that's gonna be that's going on Twitter real soon.
Fair enough.
Nice.
But and then the other only other part that made this movie worth it was Summer Glau. And other than that, it was so weird. And then, how about this for crazy? I watched this movie on Monday last week. Watched it again today because it was so bad that I thought I missed something.
All right. That's actually pretty
Like, I woke up today and when church came back home, and I was like, I watched the movie, but no, I had to miss something. It wasn't very. I didn't. I missed something. Watched it again, just as shitty, just as shitty. Wow, this is, I think, a really wasted opportunity to actually be badass. I don't know.
All right, Sam.
I would like to point out. Before Sam goes, there were multiple cross-show references for me, and even those things didn't help. The older dude with the print on his face, or the Enochian on his face, played a villain in the show Burn Notice. So that was saw him, and then the fake king with the dark beard played a villain on Leverage. Of course, we had Mary from Psych. And
that's his name in the show. Is the guy who was the game maker in this movie? His name is Mary in the Psych show, and he plays just as weird a dude. Just obviously no swearing.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's see, there was one more. I forget who that person was, but it was. I guess this is kind of where those level of actors go to live.
Right.
I think that's the thing now. Yeah, but yeah, sorry. Go Sam.
Yeah, I think Corny mentioned a big thing with this, and that is definitely the missed opportunities. My goodness, you had all these actors who are fairly decent. I like all of them. You know, the Peter Dinklage, the Steve Zahn, Summer Glau. You had the guy from Community. I cannot remember his name. And you had this premise that could have been absolutely hilarious, but it really, really wasn't. In fact, you know, a lot of these types of movies, they like the material as much as they make fun of it. But this one was just mean, and portrayed these folks pretty harsh that do this type of thing. So I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way a little bit on that. And how can I say it? The premise is so weird. Where did we figure out where he got the book to begin with?
eBay.
Okay. So which guy is the rich guy then?
Steve Zahn.
Steve Zahn's the one that's rich and like funds all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for his team.
For his team. Okay. The guy from Lost, the game master. What was his point? What was he doing in this thing?
He's Dungeons and Dragons game master. He's the one that, here comes the monkeys and blah blah blah, and I saw him hit you, and like you can't throw the sword. I mean, it made me think: does he do that to all?
They were messing around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess I was confused. I didn't like it so much. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to it. I think it's the problem.
That's fair.
That's really fair.
Summer Glau, I enjoyed. She looked weird. And I will say her was it her cousin or her brother
cousin.
That cracked me up that he never got out of character.
Oh yeah.
And how fun would it be to have somebody like that around? But everybody else were just idiots. And I don't know. It felt like I think everybody who liked this movie probably was in it or made it. You know, because it did feel like a bunch of friends got together over the weekend at some sort of campground and made this thing. And but if you weren't in the process, I don't know how much you could like it. But I am very lukewarm on this movie. Shawn?
Well, I find myself in this unique position once again where I feel like I feel compelled to defend this movie to a point. To a point. In that this is a super low budget movie, right?
Okay.
I mean, this was never made for theaters. This was never whatever. Like it was released in like
But you can make a super low budget movie and be funny.
Well, I know you're
saw,
right, but again,
Kung
like
Fury.
Well, yeah, Kung Fury.
There's no longer an excuse for.
And Kung Fury was ridiculous and over the top and fantastic in that. And I'm not
low budget.
And low budget. And I'm not saying that this. I actually don't even know what the budget is. It doesn't say.
Yeah, I was looking for that too.
Which is fine, but I mean, it only released in like 11 screens, like total. So I mean, it made like almost $90,000. So if they made it on a couple $1 million, I mean, yeah, they lost money. Here's the funny thing about this movie. Is that it was nominated for 2 awards. One in 2012 for trashiest trailer, and then nominated for voiceover of Don LaFontaine for best voiceover in the intro. I mean, that's it. So, like, I don't know. I guess if you're getting someone like Peter Dinklage and Steve Zahn, who are, I mean, Peter Dinklage right now is an A-lister. I mean, Game of Thrones, and he was good before. I mean, he had done good movies like the sequel to
Elf.
Yeah, and Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the second one, the Prince Caspian movie. But you know, Game of Thrones has made him a star.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Summer Glau, I mean, she's here and there. I mean, she's a name, but she's not really a pull. But I kind of feel like people like that are doing this kind of movie are doing it for either, you know, they know the director. Like they met Joe Lynch and he was like, hey, come do this funny thing. It won't take long to shoot. You know, it'll be like 4 weeks. We'll put you in some funny chainmail. We'll give you some fake shrooms to eat. We'll give you some funny lines and we'll go. Right? So like, you know, so I feel like this movie sucks. I'm just going to say it. The movie's terrible, right? It's not a good movie. Now, and I've said this before, and taking from Andrew, as we often do, is like if it doesn't hold your attention, then it's not a great movie. I mean, full disclosure. I mean, I'm barely conscious right now on how bad that I feel. So the movie didn't keep my attention, and I'm not going to blame 100% that on the movie. I'm going to blame about 60% on that on the movie, and 40% on whatever ails me, what plagues my body. Has grown weak, this mortal form. So, but, I mean, it had some funny moments, but, I mean, honestly, none of it was laugh out loud. I mean, and would this have been better had I watched it with you guys and I wasn't sick? Maybe. But, like, now we're getting into some qualifiers, which I don't think really helps the movie.
Well, and I guess it would, if in this case, would it help to just explore as to why this was bad?
Okay.
You know, because, well, I mean, you've got the name brand people, right? Did it boil down to just the script was not a good script?
Some of it, I think, is script. I think some of it was just because the movie is you know, it's supposed to be it's a comedy, right? It's not a horror film. It's a straight up comedy, right? And And they've got all these horror tropes that are in the movie, like, oh, you're going to have sex in the woods? You did.
Yeah.
I guess black guy didn't die first. That's about the only horror trope they used. Or they didn't use. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think?
I go back all the way back to the script. It didn't. I don't know. It was so busy making fun of these people that it didn't hit what it needed to hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
should have hit it, quit it.
It was mean-spirited to begin with.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think it was mean-spirited.
You don't think this is like Galaxy Quest, where they're not making fun of Trek and trekking people and whatever? They're just kind of, it's like an homage. You don't think that's what this is? It's like an homage to LARPers and what they do. I mean, the guys that are the bullies in the movie are portrayed as bad guys to the effect that one of them gets their head ripped off.
Yeah.
So
I don't think so. No.
Though the police officer guy, the sheriff that was supposed to help, who didn't help, did we ever see him die? I don't know what happened to him. Is he our hopping man for this movie?
Which one?
The sheriff? He came out there with the paintball guns again.
Yeah,
and his head got ripped off.
No, there was three that were.
Oh, I get you.
The two that did the initial paintballing, right? So then when they showed up in the pickup, there were three. There was long-hair McGillicuddy who got stabbed in the body.
Yeah.
And then there was dude what had writing on his face. And he got his head ripped off. But the guy who was the actual sheriff who got his pickup truck and drove out there and not do his his sheriffly duties. I don't remember him dying. I mean, if maybe he did and I was maybe taking a note or something. I don't know.
He got away. Or I mean, whatever it is, he either died off screen or got away.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't either. So I'm going to say he's our hopping man.
Hopping man, yeah.
And then the other thing that I think interesting in this movie is that they do this thing where like they have to wrap it up at the end and like say what they're doing 6 months later and all that stuff. But like, I mean, okay, it's a super fantasy dumb movie, but if 40 people were killed in the woods at a LARP thing, whatever, by like, I don't think those people, our heroes, are just going to get to go back to normal life. Like, I think they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you explain it? I don't know. Whatever.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I did. So I laughed when the book attacked him, like the Evil Dead book. I thought that was pretty funny. Honestly, though, the only part, because this was also weird, and Corning, see if you'll stroll with me down this avenue, is like one of the things that they didn't do is like I felt like they weren't consistent. Is that like Peter Dinklage is showing him how to play the game, right? So then he hits him in the leg, and then they do like a point system, like a little number comes up, point, but then that never came back. Like, I would like to have seen that throughout the movie. So, like, even in the big battle, like, have all these little points, like, floating up into the air. And then who played video games? Who was Link when he turns into the shadow form? Nega Link? No, Anti-Link? Shadow Link?
It should be Shadow Link.
Just Shadow Link. So when Shadow Peter Dinklage showed up, when he's, like, hitting him in the legs and I wanted to see hit points. Mm-hmm. That would have been funnier.
I want to go there, but then I liked the description. That was awesome. You know, it was stuff I thought was very cool. But then just for a description of what was going on, I was okay with that. And I see what you're saying, but I think when things got serious and people were dying, I think it would have changed their plan.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
approach the movie.
Yeah.
Now and again, a missed opportunity. We can make this movie funny throughout the entire thing. We can keep Peter Dinklage alive because I guarantee. I mean, he even makes the movie better being on screen for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
He's not.
Keep him alive and go throughout the whole thing, making it, very Evil Dead-esque, and I think, or Army of Darkness, I should say, we can get away with a better movie, and that way you keep the point thing, because then you have a payoff moment where Peter Dinklage is like, all right, let's toast this bitch, and then he just goes to town, cutting her legs and racking up points.
Yeah, like I would have liked to have seen like actual, because they're basic. So
and I hate to say it too, Shawn. I would like to see a little more Scott Pilgrim-esque in this, and I think that would have really worked.
I do. Yeah, that's why I asked Corny to go there with me. Is that I think that is the solution here. Is that you all right, Andrew?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just
he's twizzling. Y'all gotta calm down.
Is that go full Scott Pilgrim, and I mean so LARPing is basically live action Dungeons and Dragons. I mean,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So give me player cards, give me stats. I mean, he even jokingly said that, where's my +3 mace, and she has a +3 ass, and like things like that, right? Like, give me player cards.
Does that turn it into a different kind of movie, though?
I think it does.
It does.
I think it makes it a funnier movie.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
When I guess they have, surely they studied LARP, groups that do this, and if you compare to Scott Pilgrim in a video game, you're gonna see, coins, and you're gonna see points, and you're gonna see all this happening, but in a live action role playing situation, you don't have cards necessarily, or
no, but you still have. I mean, you have to keep track of your XP. I mean, that dude was like, if he goes crazy, can I have his XP? I mean, apparently that's a thing. I mean, the fact that Steve Zahn was very adamant about him trying to become a level 27 wizard. Mm-hmm. I mean, I
also think in that situation they were kind of mixing worlds at that situation. I really think I would assume just because of having played Dungeons and Dragons before, shocker.
Shut up,
as I press my glasses against my forehead.
I'm the only one. Andrew, have you ever played it?
Never played it.
I've never played it either.
Good for you.
I could never figure out how to play because it seems so strange to me.
It's so awesome.
It's using your imagination.
I see. That's the thing, and I like using my imagination and things, but I want a game with rules.
You have rules. You have tons. You have a damn dungeon manual.
Yeah,
you have rules.
Well, I don't have it. The dungeon master has it, and I walk into a room and he just goes, "Oh, you fell into a bear trap. You're dead." Like,
well, yeah, you should have searched the room when you entered. I mean,
how do you know I didn't do that?
I mean, I know too.
Whatever. Anyway,
when you're a thief, you search the room first, and then you bring the party in.
Fine. Anyway, whatever.
Sorry, it's funny you mentioned.
You're hurting my head just thinking about it, and not because I'm sick.
Well, I've tried once, and Corny was the DM for our little game.
Yeah,
and I was the worst ever. And
yes,
he says yes.
Yeah,
I do this. And then my response is, "Okay, you take damage. Why? Because you just walked into a thing. I didn't know it was there. You didn't ask."
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I've tried to set people on fire by throwing alcohol on them, and then I was going, and then I put I used some sort of magical sparkles or something, and apparently it wasn't fire, so I just pissed off the entire bar by throwing alcohol on them, and then I couldn't set them on fire because my magic didn't set things on fire.
So were you like Jubilee?
Rules. There are rules.
That's
What's
not,
that,
That's
John?
not rules. Who made those rules? Did Corny make them? Anyway, I don't want to get into a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, but
everybody has it.
Yeah, I was bad.
It's fine.
That's okay.
It's fine.
The game master controls those rules. Right?
Yeah,
that is also very true.
Give me give me Axis and Allies any day of the week, and I'll play that because
it takes too long.
It's got Dungeons and Dragons doesn't take long at all.
I had one campaign that lasted 2 years.
I mean, you guys when I was working at Carowinds, you guys spent every non-working hour, off time, for 2 weeks just working on your damn character cards. It's what the hell are you doing? Go mop a floor or something. Jeez.
Oh,
character sheet, but yeah.
Track 7, Corny. Oh, there's an.
I prefer a very simple-minded game of Halo or Battlefront or something that I can
Ooh, yay!
Yeah.
not think about and just.
Unless somebody you're playing is really good, and then it gets aggravating.
Yeah, but whatever. You still just turn your brain off and play. So
Hey, remember when Sam used to kill everybody in Halo?
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember that either.
Okay, good. I don't either.
No, Halo 2, same. You were pretty good.
Yeah, I was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And then we
Not
met
anymore.
And then we met Halo Dave, and it all changed
On a console far, far away.
Pretty sure I failed a philosophy class in college because of that game.
because of Halo. That was fun, man. That was real fun. Anyway, who cares? What movie are we doing? Oh,
Narp.
Narp.
Yarp.
what? Oh, I like
Nope,
how
okay.
they. Oh, I was trying to read my note, trying to understand. I wrote, haha, I like how they translated the weird language of old, and then I wrote old with an E. Basically, like
Nice.
the guys are talking about the two kings of the warring nations are talking to each other, and they had to like put subtitles because no one would understand what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought that
See,
was kind of funny.
Again, I feel like had something like that continued through the movie, it would have made it. There's things. There's a lot of hopping men in this movie. There's
Yeah.
stuff that happened at the beginning, and then it went away, and you never saw it again.
Right, like the point system and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Summer Glau's ass.
I bet it's probably better.
That did kind of go away.
And I would bet that's probably better than a +3. I did write.
Thou wrotest.
That death was jaw dropping.
Get out.
Nice.
Yeah, the bad jokes come more frequent when I'm not feeling well. And then I wrote, she went all Kali Ma on that other chick. Which, okay, by the way, and I wrote, I know kissing on a hot girl in the woods is cool and all, but she had like real, actual blood on her face. The moment you kissed her and realized what that was, you'd stop. Like,
This has a coppery taste to it.
yeah, like it does. Like we've all cut ourselves, like especially like on our finger or something, and stuck it in our mouths because
Nope.
for whatever reason that's a thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's a thing we do, and I don't know why, but it's anyway.
Maybe it's a girl thing. Maybe it's
I don't know.
maybe they don't taste the iron or the copper.
I don't think that's the
I
case.
think it's what it was supposed to be was just let's just get two chicks to make out so that all the fanboys watching this thing will have something to enjoy because we're not going to get anything from Summer, which is fine.
You might find some summer teeth later.
Oh. And then I wrote, why does the game master hang with just these guys? Like, I feel like he should, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many other quests happening throughout the game, throughout the day. He's just hanging with these guys.
Well, they're like his little his posse, and then from what I could gather, is that this has been a thing forever, and these are just. It's kind of like every other movie where you get the new guy showing up in an area, and everybody has their little clique. It's kind of like that, I think.
Yeah.
And why was the game master such a tool? I mean, the whole movie. I wanted to punch
Because
him
that's the
in
majority
face.
of all game masters.
I guess so.
So there goes your trope.
Right.
I mean, I've never participated in something like that, so I don't know, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, they got all the power, but I mean, I liked him. I don't know. He cracked me up. I think about half of my clips came from him. Bathroom looked like Saw, the bathroom from Saw. Typically, what?
I thought, yeah, it did later on too.
Yeah.
I bet it did.
Typically, just picking a page in a random page in the Book of the Dead and reading it probably isn't a good idea. But if he would have said, if in his singing, chanting, if he would have said, was it Klato, Verata, Nictu, or something like that, I would have lost my mind. I mean, those words might be trademarked for all we know. I also laughed the fact that the dragon that they made had Godzilla noises, but I mean, that was a pretty good dragon that they built. Like, that's pretty cool.
I wonder how long it took them to build in their shop.
Well, the other thing I want to know is, like, how do you determine who kills it? Like, they're all shooting their little, arrows
and stuff at it.
tennis balls, and like, how do you kill it? How do you get killed by it? I mean, it doesn't exactly have arms that move.
Oh, well, if the game master was there, he would have been able to say, point here, point there,
you stepped in a bear trap that you weren't prepared for. And
Right.
Yeah. No, you can't set him on fire.
Right. He's a dragon. They're fireproof on the outside. We learned that from How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
And then good thing the book printed the instructions on the dude's face, how to kill the thing. And then I wrote, this movie turned into a music video, like an 80s music video.
Yeah, it did.
What the heck?
Which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the metal in this movie, like the music.
That's not even metal. And metal fans will be upset by.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You don't want to upset metal fans.
well, it's not
they'll
like
hurt you.
it wasn't hard. I mean, it's hard rock. I mean, it's not. It's obviously not like Pantera or Megadeth or anything like that. But I mean, it was kind of.
Guar.
Narp.
Yeah,
We're throwing a lot of blood, so I guess it.
I thought I kind of liked it actually. I liked the music.
I mean, I'm sorry. I agree with you. It was I did like it.
Yeah.
Just,
It was fine. It was fine. All right. I'm running out of steam here. You want some clippy clips?
Clippy clips.
Let's do some clippy clips, unless there's something else we wanted to talk about.
Stupid book.
Okay, fine. Jeez, corny.
I'm sorry. I'll calm down.
Get your last name, your middle name under control. Gosh. All right, here we go. I wrote fierce. I already forgot why. Oh yeah, never mind. I remember now.
Oh, hey, dude. You bend my mace. That's not cool. Sorry, man. My mom made me this mace. It's still fierce.
That's why I wrote fierce. If you have not watched this movie and you were listening to that and thinking, okay, that's obviously Steve Zahn. Who's the other guy? The other guy's Peter Dinklage. That's him with his weird, like high-pitched American voice. Like
It sounded like Jack Black when I wasn't looking at the screen.
yeah, like he didn't sound anything.
Because I honestly had to
like-
do a double take. I was doing something else while I was watching it, and I was typing on. I think I was sending an email,
Right.
and I looked down because I heard the voice, and I was like, I didn't know Jack Black was in this, and it was Peter Dinklage.
Well,
I can't wait till we do recasts of this one.
I
I know we won't, but Jack Black definitely would have been the lead on this.
Absolutely.
I didn't even think about that for this movie, like I did for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, like he only really gets to his normal Peter Dinklage voice is when after he's taken the shrooms and becomes like clairvoyant and can see the evil that exists in the world. Like the shrooms.
Yeah, I
were
don't
like,
think those were fake. I think Peter Dinklage actually took shrooms.
like those shrooms were like the glasses from They Live. He can now see the truth and things. Steve Zahn. 7 seconds of Steve Zahn being Steve Zahn.
Thanks for the heads up, mighty warlock.
I'm a 26th level wizard, buddy. I know you know that. You're just trying to be hurtful.
I kind of like that. This was one of the few moments where I actually kind of laughed out loud. It got a chuckle, a turtle even, which is not a Pokemon.
You, my friend, are on dragon duty. Take these and make sure that we are good to go. And Dragon Rider! Just don't my stereo.
Yeah, I will say he was fun.
He was good. All right.
That didn't do it for me.
Okay, Andrew, this is the one part of the movie that I know that you liked and laughed at. This part actually had me laughing out loud. And we're going to listen to this bit twice for two reasons. All right? So, here we go. 21 seconds of great.
Step forward when your group is called. Freakin' Warriors. The Medieval Knievel. Gnome Land Security. Fair Leather Friends. The North Whisperer.
North Whisperer. Now.
No.
No? Didn't do it for you?
I was literally eye rolling when I watched that scene.
I thought those were funny. I liked them. Now, Sam, you probably noticed it. I mean, it smacked me in the face like a wet fish. They are completely, and I mean 100% ripping off of the score from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
So go back and listen. I'm going to play just a little bit. It is Game of Thrones.
Step forward when your group is called. Freakin' Warriors. The Medieval Knievel. Gnome Land Security.
Yeah, there you go. Little, it's fine. It's fine. You can do that when you're when you want to. Sure. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I mean, we have, I hate to admit it, but even in our little theme song that starts our show, are clips from different movies. We didn't make that stuff up.
Did we not? Are you sure? I thought Corny's band did all that stuff.
Good.
Yeah. I don't think it would sound like that. I mean, yeah, it sounds just like this. Let's be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yep, I have that score on my collection. Don't watch the show anymore, but I have the score because it's fantastic.
You should. It's amazing.
No, don't care. Just don't. All right, here we go. Best part of Peter Dinklage right here.
Wait, I can hear the breeze on my skin. 'Tis burnt orange.
Did you really take shrooms, dude?
I wonder if he ad-libbed that, because I bet you he did. And then they're like, what did he just say? He's like, I don't know. And then the last one I thought was funny.
Running! Wait, what are you doing? I drive a hybrid, Eric. There's no on button in this thing. You speak Enochian but can't drive a truck. It's not my fault.
There you go. Not my fault.
Where's the coffee?
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's the...
Are you wanting
Can
it?
you find it? Yes.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Next time, you go. The hell took you so long? What?
Hey, guys.
I stopped for coffee. You get a receipt? Yeah, I got a receipt and I got you one too. You're the best. Yeah, you know what? I'll even get you the money from Sander.
Guys!
What?
There you go. And just in case you forgot also.
Rudy! I shot a guy with a flare gun. Cool.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, I'm surprised you didn't capture the Summer Glau clip.
Which one was hers? She didn't talk much.
Oh, he's describing all the party, and then he describes her +3 ass. And
oh, yeah.
She turns back and goes, +3, you must underestimate my gifts.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't have really good lines. It's fine.
I thought that was great.
Oh, well, I mean, it was, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, yeah.
Talk about some Game of Bones.
Well, it is on HBO, so. All right, here we go.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
There is very little trivia on this movie.
Very little.
Just gonna be really honest. So, like...
oh, darn.
Like, the main cast went through live-action role-playing sessions before filming, and Peter Dinklage was declared the most successful out of everyone.
That's what he does for a job.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
how is that fair?
Like,
all right, so you take Michael Jordan, me, and a cat, and he wins the game. You're like, Michael Jordan's good at basketball,
right? Yeah, he was declared the most successful. Well, yeah, he wears chainmail all the time, and he's probably gone through sword combat on set before.
Yeah.
Disowned by director Joe Lynch after the film was delayed and re-edited by Indie Vest. So that's interesting.
Indie Vest?
Indie
I
Vest
think that's a good call on his part.
is the company that they're the people that produced it. They're like the production company that whatever. I was looking at where'd it go? Soundtrack.
Bizarre.
Into the Abyss, written by Kevin Dreyfuss, Bear McCreary, and
That's Richard's brother.
Is it really?
No, it's Julia's.
Yeah. Yeah. Through marriage.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That's removed.
The Kingdom of Elphias. I have the whole thing here on IMDb. This is actually cool. I didn't know you could do this. Slightly.
What is it?
So if you click on soundtrack, it actually loads the score, like the soundtrack.
Oh, cool. Huh. Is this all from the movie?
Yeah. out of Gwen's theme. That's actually not bad. Demon Apes? Your heart.
Okay, Demon Apes I did almost get a little chuckle out of because I thought if we were doing this on our own and we needed something and we, something to be the bad guy, we would just find some random costumes laying around.
Yeah.
Right.
And the first thing we could find is a lime green ape suit.
That'll do, guys.
That's what we're going to use.
Right. All right. Anyway, that was fine. That's all for trivia. Oh, tropes. Sorry, I missed some tropes. The breakup trope of want to focus on my career, the inspirational speech ×3, and then I wrote fake inspirational speeches because they're inspiring their troops to fight a fake war. Not going to play the recasting game. Don't care. Soundtrack grade again. I kind of liked it. Honestly, I kind of liked the score. That was all right for what it was. I mean, for super cheap and whatever. Anyway, time for this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There we go.
Ladies.
Top 3. So we're doing heroes who accidentally summon / create the bad guys. Andrew.
'Tis not the size of the young man's knave's blade, but the lust in his thrust by which legends are made.
Yep, that was it.
That's totally Jack Black line.
Yeah, it is. I really think he would have been really good in this film. Okay, so number 3, I'm going to go with Titan in Megamind.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cool.
Number 2, also an animated movie, Syndrome in The Incredibles.
Yeah,
nice.
He's on my list.
And number 1, Ajax in Deadpool.
Who's Ajax?
So how did he summon?
Well, no, he didn't really summon him. He just kind of created him as his villain.
Well, he was always a bad guy, though.
He was, but he wasn't his villain necessarily. He kind of pissed him off.
Oh, you mean Francis. Right, okay.
Francis, yeah. Ajax Francis.
I don't know. Corny, what do you think?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Is it because it's a Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Still need to watch
Yes.
Logan. I've seen that one. I just need to watch Logan. Corny.
I'm going to go with my number 3 being Gremlins.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good one.
My number 2. Oh, shit. Forgot my number 2. Oh, no.
Who does number 2 work for?
Right.
My number 2 is The Incredibles with Sinestro. Not Sinestro, but what is his name?
Syndrome.
Syndrome. Thank you.
Okay.
Damn, I got DC on mine. And then my number 1, because anytime I get a chance to, Scott Pilgrim and the League of Evil Exes.
Yeah, I guess he does, doesn't he? Yeah, okay. Interesting that 3 of us had The Incredibles as their number 2. Sam?
I did not have Incredibles on there. I've got my number 2 as Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, sure.
As they called all the demons up from wherever it was underneath.
Yeah, well, there wasn't demons. It was just Cabin in the Woods. Never mind. You're right. Yeah.
The Joss Whedon one. My number 2 is Ghostbusters.
Wait, hang in there. But the okay, fine.
They summoned the Marshmallow Man.
No, I'm not talking about Ghostbusters. I'm still on Cabin in the Woods because the bad guys were always there.
They kept them at bay until they stopped doing what they were supposed to, so they created the evil that came and destroyed the world.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking about the redneck zombie family that they called on. But yeah, you're right. They summoned it. I mean, it wasn't the hero's fault that there's bad people creating these things. No, I'm with you. Yeah. So Ghostbusters, they create what now?
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
And then my number 1 has to be Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that because they create the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Though, in the book, Hammond isn't really a good guy. And Dr. Wong turns out to be kind of a douche. So, But no, you're right. The movie is definitely, Dr. Hammond is just this doting old hero. So I'm going to take The Incredibles out as my number 2 since 3 of us had it in there.
Oh.
And insert something else. So my number 3 is going to be The Avengers 2, when Tony creates Ultron.
Nice. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Although it's not that great of a movie, but
it's not.
I actually didn't include it because I refused to go with the story that Tony created Ultron.
Well, he did in the movie, so
I think Pam's supposed to do that.
I know.
Yep.
They hadn't introduced him yet, so anyway. And it makes I mean, I know why they did it, because then it kind of gives more weight to the Civil War, that Tony is this kind of loose cannon kind of a thing. Number 2, I'm kind of stretching it out here a little bit, but I'm going to say Darth Vader. And is that the hero creates the villain by turning him into a Jedi. I mean, obviously the Emperor kind of did more than his fair share, but technically it's all Qui-Gon's fault. So again, it's a stretch. And then my number 1 is the Mummy. The Brendan Fraser mummy thing.
Oh, that's right. He does summon, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or other people do. But yeah, they discover the thing, and then they create the thing, and then the book and the thing. So yeah.
I don't know if I can to go with Darth Vader.
Why?
I could go more with Kylo Ren. Because they literally create him.
That's actually true. That's 100% true.
Oh, I see what you mean. The heroes had the sex and then birthed the child. Yeah. Well.
Andrew wins the podcast. Yeah. For the truest statement ever mentioned on this show.
And now I have the name of the episode.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that's the best choice yet.
Yeah,
so,
I'm with
good
you
job,
there.
Andrew.
Yeah, good job, as always.
Okay, no, actually, I'm back on Darth Vader.
Oh, okay, you're back on.
I'm back on.
I rewatched Rogue One this weekend, or this week. It still holds up. I still don't like the Leia bit, but everything else is still great.
You shut your face.
Fake.
It's not just that it looks fake; it just looks forced and like.
Both.
Hey nerds, look what we did! We did the thing. Like I get Tarkin doing his thing, but like.
Had she stayed facing away from the camera,
I would have much rather have had that.
Oh, me too.
And she could still deliver the line. She doesn't have to look up longingly at the camera and say, "Hope." That's a bad line.
Yeah.
Though the movie does have a a dad joke in it too, when Darth Vader says, "Try not to choke on your aspirations or ambitions or whatever it is." It's like. That literally sounds like something that one of us would say.
That one to be me.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So I'd like to point out that when I took Parker to see Rogue One, and because he's at that age now where I can be like, hey, I can let him go to a movie, and so Tarkin shows up on the screen there, and Parker taps me on the arm and goes, "Oh, they CGI'd him." I was like, "Oh shit, he knows stuff."
Right. Well, it's funny because like other people that I have talked to about that were like, I thought that actor would be older by now, and I looked at him and I said, he was CGI. I mean, a couple of his lines were taken straight from the movie. You may fly when ready. Like that's the exact same line that he does from A New Hope, but. I said, no, they CGI'd him. They Matt. I can't remember who was telling me. Who was telling me. This was like a younger person too. And then someone else was like, oh, and the lady who's like kind of in charge of the Rebel Alliance, like, wow, she looks great. I'm like, that's a different actress that just looks like her. Oh, okay. Like, I mean, anyway, it's fine. Like that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean that stuff to me was obvious to me, but I mean I don't know, but. Whatever, it's fine. Out of 10, we have a clip for this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
Well, what's supposed to happen is you guys tell me your numbers for out of 10. So, Sam, before we do that, you watched John dies at the end, right? You were the reason why we watched it.
Yes.
So give us your out of 10 on that, and then I'll tell you what ours were.
Out of John for John?
Yeah, John dies at the end.
Oh, good Lord, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I'd probably give it a good 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we all kind of liked it too. We all thought it was kind of funny, and
it's just a crazy movie with lots of crazy things, if I remember it right.
You're and
is there a penis door?
Oh, the penis door. That was actually someone's middle
name. Is that a Pokemon? Penis door. Penis.
I choose you.
Penis.
So Andrew liked it. Andrew didn't like it as much. He was. That's not going to be the name of the movie, by the way. Or the name of the episode.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at the never mind. No, so Andrew gave it a 5, Corny gave it a 6.99, and apparently I also gave it a 6.99. So with your 7, it bumps it to a 6.495.
Very nice.
So we liked it a little bit better than movies like Sky High and Spectral. And
I need to update that website.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Memoirs of a True Assassin and Jungle Book. Wow, that's weird that we like this better than the Jungle Book. All right, out of 10, and Andrew.
All right. Well, for reasons that I need not repeat, I did not like it, and I'm going to give it a 4.2. Okay. No, I can't even go that high.
Oh.
Let me say a 3.8.
Let me ask you this, because we've seen some pretty low budget films recently, and we kind of ripped most of them because there's no excuse for bad writing when it comes to low budget. And I'm trying to go back and find the movie that I want to compare this to, as far as kind of quality and feel. Would it either be Final Girl or that Curse of Sleeping Beauty? Which one do you guys kind of think?
Curse of Sleeping Beauty was better than Final Girl by far.
Yeah, and frankly, I'd like to see either one of those before I watch this one again.
Well, you gave both of those. Let's see. I'm just looking here. Final Girl, you gave
even with the creepy mannequins.
Yeah, Final Girl got a 2.5 out of you, Andrew, and Curse got a 3.5.
Well, then this one's too high.
Yeah, because you're at a 3.8.
Yeah.
So you're gonna redo your number?
Yeah, let's say 2.3.
2.3. Wow. Honestly, I think I'd rather watch this movie long before I'd watch either one of those again. Because I just didn't like either one of those at all. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Corny. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to stack it up against other movies and things. So, Corny.
Let's see. Some movies are born in the shit. This one, it molds it. I'm going to give it a, only because of the awesomeness that is Peter Dinklage, I'm going to give it a 4.8. It really wasn't a good movie. I was very upset by what they missed and really wasted Peter Dinklage and Steve Zahn. So, but it was slightly entertaining. I did watch it a second time, and most movies that I hate, I will remember enough. I didn't watch it. Then again, I didn't watch it because I understood it. I watched it because I thought I missed something. But it is more enjoyable for me than Final Girl. Yeah, so I'll go with that 4.8.
Yeah.
All right, 4.8. I can pick up what you're laying down. Samwise.
I have got to go. I'm going to go with a 3.75.
All right.
Too many wasted opportunities in this movie. Oh my gosh. The actors, the fun that it could have been. I mean, could you imagine with the Scott Pilgrim effects? Of course, they didn't have the budget for that, but man, it could have been a hilarious film. But
yeah, and maybe that's why they couldn't do the point system throughout the whole movie. They didn't have a budget for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I feel like I want to give it higher just because low budget indie film. Want to support the craft and blah blah blah. So basically, it's going to get a 4.5 pity points from me. Basically, it's like 4.5 based on potential.
Yeah.
Like the NBA, they draft on potential. So
because you notice we didn't make fun at all of the demon at the end.
No,
and the bad CGI, because I knew budget-wise it wasn't going to be something fantastic.
Oh yeah. Like that was expected. Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't care because I thought it was still kind of actually well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For what they had. I mean, shit, we couldn't have done that. Like, I thought that was actually pretty.
Well, maybe you couldn't have. I mean,
well,
yeah.
You mean enough shrooms and I could build anything.
Fair enough, sir. So anyway, that's fine. That's it. That's our movie. I'm double checking, because it's been a while since any of us, I think, have been in the system to make sure that the movie that we're watching next week is still streaming. And yes, where'd it go? Yeah, here it is. Something called The Hunter. A mercenary is set to Tasmania to track down the devil. Oh, no. To track down the last living Tasmanian tiger. Oh. And to obtain its genetic material.
Oh, dude.
So this has got Willem Dafoe, Francis O'Connor, Sam Neill.
Yay.
And Morgana Davies. And
Christopher Walken.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
It'd be better if it did.
Right? All right. So that's what we're doing next week. We're doing The Hunter.
That's perfect.
There's the slideshow that pops up on this movie. All of are just three different pictures. Two of them are Willem Dafoe in a beanie. I don't know, what's it called, a toboggan? We in the South call it a toboggan, but those like snow caps with a gun, and then the third one he's like looking at a tree. So anyway.
Oh dear.
Oh well, yeah. That's the bad sign.
I don't know. So I'm not sure anything about this movie, but that's it. That's our movie next week. So look forward to that. We also got some other interesting stuff coming up, and frankly, I was cruising through Amazon Prime. They got some good stuff.
Really?
Yeah. They've actually got some good stuff in there. So some of these shit films we got coming up might get kicked out.
Anything by Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look.
That'd be good. Yeah.
It would be good. So yeah, but we've got movies like 10 Cloverfield Lane coming up, and
I've kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah, and 7 Psychopaths, and the Pete's Dragon movie, and I actually just saw a commercial for like Kill Command movie that someone posted in here. So, and
Kill Command?
Yeah, and then somebody wanted to do Corny. You wanted to do Enemy of the State, right?
Oh yeah. I just watched it last Tuesday afternoon.
You're really hung up about this blender, aren't you? Some people meditate, some people blend. I blend. I'm gonna stick that in a little sooner.
Yes.
There we go. On live. Here we go. I know. This is how the sausage is made, ladies and gentlemen.
And that sausage is delicious.
This makes me want to throw up.
Actually, now I want sausage.
Oh, barf. All right, that's it. That's our show. Thank you guys for listening so much. It means so much to us.
Okay.
All right. So, and just because we haven't heard it in a while,
it was a different time.
All right.
So,
Oh crap! Joe Pesci and may God rest his soul.
Yeah.
And we almost it was close.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are awesome. I thank you for putting up
Except
with
for
me.
you, and you know who I'm talking to.
Thanks for putting up with my illness tonight. I apologize. Also, sorry the show's a little late. Couldn't be helped. But it'll be posted the second you hear this.
Sean's been shitting himself since then.
Or something like that. Please go to our GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews. Help us out if you can. Our Anchor app, I just posted something up there just the other day. So, and more to come. And leave us a review. iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, whatever. definitely iTunes would be really helpful, honestly. Visit our website.
If you use an abacus, we're there too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Really? No. I was like, I thought for a second that sounded like an actual like podcatcher app or something.
Oh no, sorry.
Doesn't sound real.
Yes, the old calculator. Yes.
Yeah, old abacus. I'm dumb. Anyway, it still sounds like a cool podcatching app. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Cheapseat Reviews, and follow us on Twitter @CheapseatCast. And as always, you may send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. It does work, I promise. That's going to do it, guys. Thank you for listening. On behalf of Andrew, Corny, and Sam, this is Shawn saying thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
We'll be back, you redneck cocksuckers. This I vow.